So, dear friends, here's the second answer to the same question about a plateau. Let me remind you of this question. What shall you do if one of your managers got stuck on a plateau? I'd like to remind you that a plateau is a situation when a manager's results go up and then stagnate for a long time. So the results can either a little bit higher or a little bit lower, but they are located in such a fairly narrow interval. We often say that managers are very rich and that they don't need money. But dear friends, your manager is also a human. Your manager probably doesn't have enough money just like you and me, despite the income level. As you understand, people usually spend their income very quickly and always come close to the border when they need to earn a little more money. Believe me, your managers are not an exception. But why do they get stuck on a plateau then? The second answer to this question is about the effect of the so-called learned helplessness. What does it mean? Let's assume that your manager, for example, makes an attempt to sell something to a new client. If this is a successful attempt and he or she gets a good result, this result leads to the fact that the manager's motivation is growing. Your manager's motivation is growing. Your manager redoubles his or her efforts to make the same attempt again. Now your manager wants to sell a product to a new client and attract a new client. Since he or she is full of energy and enthusiasm, there is a high chance that they will get a good result again, and his or her motivation will increase again. That's how a positive motivation cycle looks like. There are several stages. At first, your manager makes an attempt, then he or she achieves success. After that, your manager gets some results. Finally, his or her motivation increases. Your manager goes through the stages again and again, and it's great, it's a successful outcome. But what will happen if your manager makes an attempt to sell something to a new client, and this attempt doesn't bring success? In other words, your manager doesn't get any good results. In this case, his or her motivation falls. Sometimes managers think that they are losers and that they won't be able to deal with their work. More often they say, listen, our company is not successful actually, our products are not very good, the prices are unreasonably high and the senior executives are insane. If your manager makes another attempt to sell something to a new client, this attempt is less enthusiastic. Your manager makes this attempt with less energy, with less confidence, and the probability that they again will get a negative result increases. There is no positive result again, the motivation decreases even more, and in the end, we see a demotivated manager. This is the manager who doesn't want to do anything and who doesn't even make an attempt to sell something to new customers. When we see this motivation cycle, we realize that the whole problem started with the fact that this manager was unsuccessful when he or she made an attempt to sell something to a new client. However, we do not see it in reality. We just see the manager who doesn't want to offer products to clients. Such a manager doesn't want to sell products to new clients, and we're trying to encourage this manager somehow, motivate him or her with money, or ask him or her to push hard. But that is not the problem. The problem is that this manager is demotivated and unwilling to sell something to new customers because of previous unsuccessful attempts. Therefore, as managers, we should focus on this part of the problem. One of quick tips to help such a manager with sales to new customers is to give them warm clients, give them incoming clients, or you can join the negotiations yourselves. Our task is not to cheer such a manager, but to launch the positive cycle of attempts and motivation again, or for the first time. I wish you success in management.